Hey there folks, my name is Kern. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel for the very first time. Today, we are not going to discuss the Great Blizzard Bank Heist, at least not in great detail, because we have other pressing news to discuss, and that is that, and I'm quoting here, in Ghosts of Koresh, which is patch 11.2, your character's bank is updated and now uses the same configurations as the Warband bank. Yeah. Right. So, in case you're unaware of what the Great Blizzard Bank Heist is, there is a link in the top right-hand corner of the video. Please click on it to get a quick primer. There's also a link in the description below. But essentially, when Blizzard tried to make guild banks cross-realm compatible back last August of 2024, they nuked like millions of items and never gave them back to people. And we're talking about things that are irreplaceable, whether it is a TCG mount, whether it is a plain letter from an old friend who no longer plays or who in fact has passed away, or in my case, hundreds and hundreds of different dragon scales or rare and or unobtainable patterns. So I invite you to watch that video and then come back to find out what this whole banking system that they're implementing in patch 11.2, which is just a few days away, has to do with that. All right, so I'm quoting Kvax, the community manager here, in the forums, in the Ghosts of Koresh PTR, in the thread Player Character Bank Updates. The link is in the doobly-doo below. Kvax says, in Ghosts of Koresh, your character's bank is updated and now uses the same configurations as the Warband bank. Character banks now comprise tabs, with per tab settings available. Each tab includes 98 slots of storage. 6 tabs can be purchased, costing 1 gold, 100 gold, 500 gold, 1000 gold, 2500 gold, and 5000 gold. Bank tabs are automatically unlocked on login. At level 80, all tabs are unlocked automatically. For characters below level 80, the number of tabs available will be based on how many bank bag slots, including reagent bank and void storage, were available to the character before the update. The reagent bank has been removed. Any bank tab can now serve as a reagents tab. Void storage has been removed. All items previously contained in character banks, reagent banks, and void storage are automatically moved to available tabs in the new bank upon login after the patch. Please note that during times of great demand, it is possible for the conversion to not initiate when you first log into a character. Additionally, until the conversion is completed, access to your bank will be disabled. So, all of this is set to happen on, based on your region, Tuesday, August 5th, or Wednesday, August 6th. This is the launch of 11.2, the Ghosts of Koresh patch. So there's a few things to take into consideration here. 1, what the hell are they doing? Why are they doing that? Who has asked for that? The bank has worked the same way since WoW began. You buy bag slots, you buy bags, you put them in your bank, voila, you have more storage. And that has worked that way for for like 21 years now. And some people are like, why are you gonna break it if it's not broken already? And of course there's no answer to that. Then the other question that comes to mind is, will they pull it off? Will Blizzard actually be able to get this done without nuking things into oblivion? Answer is questionable. Obviously, I'm biased because they nuked a whole bunch of my stuff, and that's exactly why I no longer play this game. But there are people who are reporting in that very thread that things from void storage went poof into the nether. There's questions about whether or not plain letters were affected or not, because they're showing as empty. So if you have plain letters in your bank, might want to take them out of your bank. Just keep them on your person. Screenshot them as well, maybe. Get that data off of their server if you can, in the sense that, like, make a backup for yourself. Like, take a screenshot, take a picture with your phone if you have to. Just don't leave it there if it means something to you. But it may not be a big issue, because my theory is that if the character never existed on the PTR, then that sort of makes sense. But it's Blizzard, so we don't know. They are not great at explaining and communicating things, right? So, first question, why are they doing this? Second question, can they pull it off? Third question, what's going to be affected? So make sure you've got backups of your plain letters and stuff, especially if those people are no longer with us, because a lot of people lost that in the original Great Blizzard Bank Heist. I wasn't one of them, thankfully, but I immediately started screenshotting all my old letters. So I encourage you to do the same. Then questions about what from Void Storage is going to come over. Who knows? They do claim that you will have enough spots in your new bank for everything that was in your bank and reagent bank and Void Storage, depending on what you had bought on that character. They claim this. Is it true? I don't know. I'm not testing it, obviously. I'm not playing. So you may want to test that out yourself. Download the PTR client and check it out. But I warn you, things are happening fast. This is like 5 days away as I record this, in the wee hours of Friday, August 1st. So there's all that. Then people started asking questions about, the Void Storage and what's happening. Someone said, or not someone, Kvax, I believe, came back and said, we'd like to thank everyone who has done thorough testing with us. This is 3 days ago. All of the data you've provided us has helped us to make final tweaks on this conversion, and we even found an interesting false positive. For a long time, we've deprecated a few specific items so that they free up the space they might be taking up in your inventory. At some point long ago, these items no longer functioned as items, such as very old keys, or the cosmetic Helm's Jewel of the Fire Lord, Crown of Eternal Winter, and Hood of Hungering Darkness. When they were originally moved to the collection system, they vanished from your inventory. Unless you put them in Void Storage. There are a very small number of players who have items like those still in Void Storage. If you go into the live game right now and move them from Void Storage to your inventory, they will correctly vanish when you next log in. And that will also occur with this bank conversion if you leave them alone. So, if you have any super old items that you're keeping, for sentimental value, or just because it's a valuable memento to you, you can pretty much kiss it goodbye. I don't know. I used to have what was it called? The Eternal Quintessence, to put out the runes in Molten Core. And I was revered. I must have been revered with whoever the hell it was. The Duke Hydraxis people. Hydraxian Waterlords, there we go. Last I saw, it was just this, gray item, right? So there are possibly things that people have been saving in Void Storage that will just go bye-bye, whether you like it or not, and that is to be expected. So this is sort of like your heads up to make your peace with it or yell at them. Not that yelling at them is going to do a whole lot, but I mean, that's the only thing you can do. You can either speak with your voice or speak with your wallet. And I've decided to do both. I'm still going to be outspoken on this issue and related issues, and I'm not giving Microsoft and or Blizzard another dime as long as I live. So, because of that, I don't know how many people are going to be super upset about this. I don't even know how many people are going to notice this. So this is your warning to check, to take inventory now, to test on the PTR now, to ensure that you know what's going to happen come Tuesday or Wednesday in your region. Honestly, I don't want to know what is happening to my character. Because theoretically my character still exists, right? Kurn still exists somewhere on Elderthalis, and this is gonna happen to Kurn and Madrona and all my tunes, and I'm trying really hard not to think about it, because I haven't really thought about my tunes in several months, and now I find myself a bit worried. But I've already lost a whole bunch of crap. What else are they gonna take from me, right? So that is happening, and I will be here next Tuesday watching the forums and going, what has gone horribly awry? If anything has gone horribly awry. And let's be clear, just because I don't have faith that Blizzard can pull this off doesn't mean that I want things to go badly. I don't want people to lose stuff. Similarly, if people do lose stuff, I do want them to get restored. I want to be restored too, but they're not going to do that. And speaking of that, I did want to say that Microsoft has recently, and by recently I mean in the last month, they have laid off 9,000 roles. And that goes along with 6,000 in May. So in the span of 3 months, they got rid of 15,000 people. 15,000. And yet, they are now the first company in the history of the world to hit $4 trillion in valuation. 4 trillion. Trillion with a T and an R. This company that is now the most valuable company on the planet did not care about those of us affected by the Great Blizzard Bank Heist. They did not care enough to spend the hours required to compensate us, to bring our stuff back, to just restore our stuff. They didn't care. They did not want to spend that money. Then they went out and they've laid off 15,000 people, a bunch of people from the gaming division, I should add. And they want you to keep paying the money for a product that is increasingly, dare I say, unstable. So let's think about that. Let's think about if we trust these people. Let's think about what it would take for you to lose on Tuesday or Wednesday to get you to just call it quits. Is there anything? Do you have anything in your void storage, in your bank, somewhere that is precious to you that would cause you to quit immediately if you were never to see it again? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to tell people to check their stuff before the patch hits on the 5th or the 6th, because the worst thing about losing stuff is not knowing exactly what you lost. Take it from me. I wish I had had an inventory of all my stuff before the pre-patch hit. I didn't even notice for a month that things were missing. And that's horribly upsetting to me, because I could have been very angry for a lot longer. But seriously, make sure people know to check their stuff. Please share and tell your friends. And I've got my fingers crossed for you on Tuesday. I wish I didn't have to cross my fingers for you, but I do. And I'm hoping everything turns out okay. And if it doesn't, I'll be here to make noise right along with you. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's super helpful for me. I really appreciate it. Take care.